Go.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm mad.
I'm mad.
Guys, we're in a fight, so we decided we'd take it to the streets.
To the streets.
And come ask you guys who's right. I'm Jen.
I'm not Jen.
This is Neal. We're in a relationship.
I'm not a teacher.
We podcast about reality television in our spare time.
We can ping pong off each other so well now. It's crazy.
I only feel like doing these podcasts have made us closer.
Yes.
Because I think we both look forward to this time in our day so much that I then get offended if you ever don't want a podcast.
It's not, no. I want a podcast. No. It's the timing of the podcast that doesn't make sense. Okay. I have nothing to talk about.
Just believe me when I'm confident in my rant. You have to turn this laptop off. It's making too much noise.
Well, hold my phone.
You have to trust me when I say I have enough to talk about for the both of us.
Okay.
That's the point of this podcast. I take a gummy. When I take a gummy, I am unstoppable. Neal is the only thing that can stop me, but sometimes he just lets me go. If this is that moment, you need to let me go. Choo choo, here I go. We're watching the Housewives, Real Housewives of Miami. If you have watched our last few I can't say the word podcast and I want to be a podcaster. I am a podcaster, ... Do you count as legit when you have 50 episodes, even if nobody listens?
Too legit to quit, am I right?
I don't know, is that your gamer tag? I'm just kidding. I'm just joshing. Neal's mad because we're not finished the episode.
No, it's not that we're not finished the episode. There is something about to take place in this episode that they've been hyping up, and we're paused before it, so like...
I am a dopamine seeker, okay? I'm always looking for that next little jolt of happiness. Christmas Eve is my favorite day of the year. Thursday is my favorite day of the week because I get to say, oh, tomorrow's Friday. You still have the whole weekend in front of you. You feel like you can get there. Like, this is for all my homies with a 9-to-5 now. If you're out there and you're, like, also a podcaster, you don't understand what I'm talking about.
Comment and let us know if you'd rather do a 9-to-5 or an 8-to-4 workday.
Who would say 9-to-5?
People that aren't a morning person.
I'm going to give you a rough estimate right now, and this is why my profession is so relevant. 40% of the reason I am a teacher is so that my day is done before 3 o'clock.
Yes.
Before 3.
Which in America, until you get to high school, you're usually in school until like 3:30.
In the younger years?
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't get home... Well, when I went to Lincoln, I lived down the street. Middle school... the bell would be at like 3...
Okay, but go backwards. I talk about like 5th grade.
Probably 3:15 bell.
Okay, what about 2nd grade?
It's the same.
Really?
The only difference would be kindergarten, where you had like a morning class and an afternoon class.
We did only have half-day kindergarten, didn't we? Where I live in Canada, I think most of Canada now has full-day kindergarten.
Interesting.
It is interesting because, like, guess what? Kids are worse than ever.
Yeah.
So, like, and listen, I say that as a teacher. I love my job dearly. I love being able to impact a child's life in a positive way. But there is so much negativity out there now, and I don't know how to come back from it. Should we go back to half-day kindergarten so these kids can spend more time, at daycares playing? Because play is so critical. That doesn't really make much sense because kids who are in daycare don't necessarily do better than kids who weren't. I was never in daycare. I had a one-on-one babysitter.
Right.
Like a babysitter came to my home. Now, I didn't go to a babysitter's house with other kids. A woman came into my home and took care of me.
Yes.
But she was the coolest, awesome. We watched Price is Right together and did yoga. And, well, not yoga. It wouldn't have been yoga at the time. It would have been like granny exercises, like floor exercises, leg exercises, stuff you'd see on like an 80s exercise infomercial.
Yeah, yoga wasn't invented back then.
Right? Oh my gosh, she was so cool. We used to play board games all the time. She said yes to everything.
Murder.
No, not like that. But just she had, even though she was like in her late 60s at the time probably, she had the stamina to just, she did all of my family's laundry.
Dang.
Like, while mom and dad were at work, she did all the laundry. She cooked me meals. Like, she didn't live with us, but she did everything for me. I didn't need other kids. I need to look at the studies on daycare kids versus non-daycare kids. Then we also have to get into the quality of the daycares. Guys, this is not an education podcast, and Neal has not gotten me back on track. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Sorry, I'm just really passionate.
That's the wrong show.
It's not on right now, but if you've been watching our last few episodes, which if you have, thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. Like, take the time right this second to like download this or thumbs up this or go into the comments and leave a little emoji. We would love to hear from you. Real Housewives of Miami is feeding us more in, what episode is this? I don't know. What are we, halfway through the season? No, not even.
Episode 4, 5, 6.
Early in the season. It's Gertie's white party celebrating
breast cancer
awareness, she's cancer free. She gives this beautiful speech. I'm crying. She's thanking her husband. Then she's thanking her 2 boys, and she starts crying, talking about how going through this, she's been like an observer of the energy of their 3 together, her 2 boys, who are older than you would think Gertie would have children.
Right.
She looks really young. She looks like if she would have kids, it would be like toddlers. Yes. Like Lisa's kids' age. But she has like an 11-year-old and a 13-year-old. And they come out on stage, and she literally gives Russell, her husband, his flowers. You know, like giving someone their credit, giving him his flowers for going through this cancer journey with her to be cancer-free. And it's this beautiful moment, and everyone's supportive of her. And I love moments like that on reality TV. I think that's a different way of being raw. I want to be able to cry at something, and yet, 2 minutes later, Alexia and Stephanie are in a fight about who is and is not a narcissist, ? Or is full of themselves, ?
Well, Alexia is defending Todd to the death for some reason.
It's so uncomfortable. She's like, actually, I'm not a narcissist. I'm too much of an empath to be a narcissist. I'm like, what $200, probably $500 an hour therapist is she talking to who's telling her that she's an empath? She's just as full of herself as the rest are. Alexis, is she not?
Oh, she is.
So is Marisol. This is why Miami works. They are so self-absorbed. They had a narcissist party. Alexia, her name's Alexia. I've been getting it wrong all this time. Alexia. Alexia's upset because Stephanie is shitting on Todd. Hello, you had a moment on camera where you sat down, called him a narcissist, said that he puts on a rich facade and a show for the cameras and hates being on camera because he's not in control and he can't tell his side of the story. She said a lot about him. He's only back with her right now, and this is what Marisol thinks, and this is why Marisol hates him. But because she's a G, she hates him quietly. She's always going to support Alexia. Alexia makes it really difficult to defend her. Like, what Marisol...
No more not blaming the victim. Like, she's getting what she deserves at this point.
And yet is like a professional victim.
Yes.
Like, oh no, I'm such an empath. Like, I'm feeling all of this so strongly. He's back together with you because he wants to look good for the cameras again. Doesn't want the divorce to be a storyline on camera. Doesn't want, whether that's the financial aspect or something he doesn't want coming out about him, whether it's, and this is all alleged, I am just speculating, whether it's he doesn't want eyes on him just because he's a private person. Is it because he was, I would say, depicted in a negative light towards her sons? Was really, really hard on them, like to the point of being mean. And, you know, there's a difference between being mean out of love and being truly mean. And I think a lot of what they showed of Todd, he is truly mean.
Yes.
Like, he's mean to those boys.
Yes.
And I know they're men, and I know they're in their 20s. They've been through a lot of trauma. Physical trauma and emotional trauma. So should Alexia be on the show? By your logic, she shouldn't, because you think Emily shouldn't be on the show because she... in Real Housewives of New York, because you feel like she's going through a lot and it's the kind of stuff you should keep private because it involves kids.
Well, her kids aren't minors, so no, she can be on the show with them. Because they can choose whether to be on the show or not.
You are such... like, you go by the letter of the law. You would be such a good judge. You're so objective, it's crazy. You're like a freaking... you're like a supercomputer.
Beep boop.
Oh! Not that sound effect. Do you understand? You know that One Direction song?
No.
That's what makes you beautiful. And you don't know you're beautiful.
You don't know you're beautiful. We're gonna watch this.
Neal is so bad. No, I have to tell them.
Tell them what's going to happen.
I haven't even gotten to my point.
Yes, let's get to the point.
Gertie, beautiful speech, crying, children. I say, yes, I love seeing the real side of things. Gets up on stage 2 minutes later, mid Alexia and Stephanie fight that has now gone from sitting to over to the bar. So... when Gertie said goodnight to Russell and her kids, I was like, oh my gosh, so here ends the respectable giant check. We're donating $10,000, heartfelt moment. And now we're going right to Gertie standing on stage again. She still has her phone held in front of her. She's standing at the microphone. She gets everyone's attention. She looks down at her phone, so you know she has this pre-written. She starts talking about a misunderstanding or a controversy that has had some attention within her friend group, and she needs to do some fact-checking, basically. And then on the projector behind her, which has just been showing, like, pictures or whatever, maybe there was a slideshow, text messages.
Which we haven't gotten to that yet.
It's going to be about Julia. It's going to be about Julia throwing water on her. Adriana says, oh, fuck, this is about Julia. That's what she says.
But I thought they hashed it out.
It's never hashed out. Do you think Lisa and Larsa are actually hashed out right now?
No, I guess not, if you're saying nothing's ever hashed out.
See, that was objective. If P, then Q. Or if not P, then not Q. If Larsa is not narcissistic, then Lisa is not narcissistic. If Larsa is narcissistic, then Lisa is narcissistic.
Transitive property.
That's actually what that is, right? No, I don't think so. In college math, I had to do that. If P, then Q. Guys, what is that?
I don't know, but we'll get back to you.
It was like fake math they made up. It was the lowest math you could do in college. And I had done like pre-calculus in high school, so they're like, okay, well, you're going to do calculus next. And I'm like, not only am I not going to do calculus, I'm not going to do pre-calculus. I'm not even going to redo that because I was bad at it. Why would I do it again if I'm not going to be good at it? Is there one lower than that? And sure enough, there was. And all I needed was a math credit. Would you like to know what I got in that math course?
An A.
95%. In Canada, we do percentages.
Well, that would be an A. So
Well, that would be an A+ if A+ existed.
A+ would be like a 97 and up for us.
Shut up! That's so harsh.
92 and below is an A-. 92 to 90, 93 to 96.
I always thought it was 80 to 90.
Is a B. And then B-, B+.
You're 80s or Bs?
Yep.
I got lots of 80s in university. I did a lot of difficult courses in university. We call it university. And even though yours are titled universities, you don't call them universities, you call them college. You say you're going away to college.
Yes.
I call college, what I did was like a community college where I did my first year and I just transferred to another school. All they needed to see on paper was that you passed. It didn't even contribute to your GPA.
It's wild.
Right? Or it did contribute to your GPA, but not your overall percentage standing or something. Anyway, I don't know. 95.
It's awesome.
I was going to take a different career path. I was going to be a counselor. Can you believe it? Sit down and help people with their problems when I'm so fucked up. Is that like...
Isn't that the definition of a counselor?
Well, you gotta have gone through some shit to understand some shit. You gotta know that...
I would bet 90% of counselors are probably alcoholics. Or at least have multiple drinks every day or every other day.
They're functioning alcoholics. That's sad. Wait, am I a functioning gummy-aholic?
Yes.
Yes!
I mean, you can function while you're on it.
It's not
But
good.
you cannot take them.
I don't. I have a real job. We have to be clear here.
Yes.
It is the summer.
And we're going to watch the rest of this episode, so we'll be back to discuss the drama.
Also, I think we have a new house. Sorry, I have one more thing to say. I think we have a new housewife. Weird that Dr. Nicole still hasn't been on it when looking at the preview for the season as a whole, there's going to be some sort of mention of Stephanie previously dating Anthony. So like, oh, well, we must have something in common if Anthony dated both of us. Because Nicole is married to Anthony.
Right.
That's going to stir up drama.
That'll be the second half drama, probably.
But that's so good. That means they have this season, like, well thought out. That means the producers are good at telling a story. Do you think it's the same, like, story mappers and producers for all the shows?
No.
You think it's a different team for every state?
Yes.
Down to what level or up to what level?
Probably their own executive producer and producers, because a bunch of them film at the same time, so you couldn't have...
You're totally right.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that one could go in a really different direction.
And you'd
than
want to
another.
have producers that know your people, so you couldn't do that with one set.
Right, and you all have similar goals. You want to replicate the success of a franchise or even improve the success of a franchise. I think that's what Miami's doing right now. At first I was like, oh, I don't know, we're bringing back too many people. I think I'm sick of Julia. I know I'm sick of Adriana. I'm a little bit sick of Alexia. I actually like Marisol better than ever, but it's because we're further away from the episodes where she was truly evil. Neal had a good comparison for her.
She's Sutton, but not as mean.
And arguably more chaotic. No, she really knows how to restrain herself because she's a G. Because she goes hard for people, which I think is like the Miami in her. That's why I think this works so well, because Miami is a cool place itself. I think maybe you need to find a different part of Beverly Hills. Like, maybe Housewives aren't it anymore. They're trying that with Next Generation NYC. It's like kids of...
That'll be canceled after a season.
Do you think? We still haven't watched a single episode
I have no
of it.
desire
I can't
to
bring
watch
myself...
it.
Are we too old for that shit now? Oh. Guys, I'd really like to talk to you about it. Tell us if it's worth watching.
Between that and, like, Vanderpump Rules with the new season of early 20s people.
But early 20s, I feel like I could still...
Because they're all struggling, they're relatable, not...
I could break up with you right now and be in a situation like them. Well, no, I would, like, be more stable and not do drugs. Allegedly. Jax. Oh my gosh.
We're gonna get back to you guys.
Vanderpump, you mentioned it. Kristen posted a screenshot of a DM to her husband and the father of her child. I don't remember his name. He's just so forgettable, which I think is perfect for her. Right. Luke?
I think it is Luke.
I think she just needs someone dependable, and I think Luke is dependable. She posts a screenshot of a DM that is 100% Jax Taylor from a fake account. It reads just like he writes and just like he speaks. It's all just one run-on sentence saying, I never trusted you. You were never part of the group. Like, speaking as an insider. You were never part of the group.
Yeah.
We never trusted you. Using words like we.
That's totally Jax.
Right? Like, who else is sending you hate texts from an anonymous Instagram account? Oh, that's so Jax Taylor. My gosh. Someone help him, please. Who is responsible for helping him?
Well, I would think the network, but...
They don't want him helped.
True.
No, they let him go, didn't they? Or they let himself go? Didn't he say he's stepping away?
He's on, like, an absence. He wasn't fired.
But they let him say it, right? That he's stepping away.
Yes.
They made him look good. They don't really owe him that.
Because they want to bring him back.
Do you think?
Yes.
He's worth it. For the views.
For them? I mean, if he wasn't, he would have been fired. They wouldn't have gotten this show. They wouldn't have a second season.
You're right. He was already you're exactly right. He was already a garbage human by the end of Vanderpump Rules.
Yes.
They kicked him off of that for a reason. Don't give him a new show. That's why the Valley doesn't work.
They did, yes.
We aren't into it.
No.
Okay, we're going to watch the last 11 minutes of Gertie's speech, come back with a lot more context. This is what makes Neal mad. I like to come to you, though, when we don't have as much context yet. So these next 11 minutes are going to nom 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 feed my soul. I'm going to get to turn it off, mute the television, turn towards the love of my life and one of the cutest cats I've ever seen, and freak out about what just happened.
Yes.
Because I believe in the production this season so much that I know this is going to nourish me. Nourish me.
Put that leg down.
Okay. Okay, guys, we will be right back. Okay, hey guys, we're back. Before we get into it, can you tell Neal how offensive it is that he can never remember Jennifer Tilly's name when my name is Jennifer? Like, do you think I've ever forgotten someone named Neal?
No.
You're like, oh, what's her name? Why can I never remember her name? Divorced the Simpsons guy. Plays poker professionally. Jennifer. It's Jennifer. But you know, what'd you say?
I think of the T first for her last name.
He thinks of the T first. And you know what? His brain does kind of think like a computer. So I'm like, you know what? I believe you. And so we'll move on from there. Gertie, yep.
She's causing trouble.
There was no smoking gun. The text messages were, in fact, to shame Julia.
But here's the thing. No one other than them that were there is going to know anything about, like, what are they going to glean from the text messages?
They have no stake in this.
No one cares.
Well, obviously they showed they didn't care. Well, they did care, but in the other direction, they thought it was so distasteful.
Oh my God, yes.
That most of them walked out with Julia. Larsa walks out. Marisol walks out. Alexia walks out. Was Lisa there? Gee, they didn't show Lisa at all. Was she there?
Yes, she stayed on the couch.
Okay. Stephanie eventually comes out and says, I'm going to be neutral. That gets her into another fight with Alexia. They really go at each other.
Some people are oil and water.
Stephanie can't let the Todd thing go. But then when they get outside, she says, I just view Todd this way based on what you've told me. I will never talk about Todd again. And Alexia is, of course, before this moment, don't come after my husband, Miami strong, like, don't talk about my husband. But you brought him up, was Stephanie's point. And Alexia saying, do you want me to bring up your husband? Which means that it's Miami, and Miami's social circle is small, and they all know rumors about each other anyway. That's what makes it good. The social circle is smaller. I don't think most of these girls see each other when they're not filming. I think Marisol probably sees Alexia. Is there a name Alexia?
I don't know.
Alexis.
One of the two.
Alexia.
Yeah, I doubt very much that they all hang out.
Like, Larsa doesn't see any of these people.
No. It's just, it was...
That's the thing. Gertie and Julia actually see each other. That's why this hurts. Because you're going after a friend over what? So it's not even about... It's about Julia saying that Gertie asked to go on the cruise with her. But Gertie's like, no, look, these text messages show Julia asked me to go. I wasn't begging anyone to go. I don't really think the text proved anything.
That's not really the gotcha. Like,
Larsa's confessional was really funny because she's like, it was pages of text messages. She's like, I got to the second sentence and I'm like, what am I reading?
What's the
TLDR?
It's like TLDR, congrats for that, or I'm sorry that happened to you.
That's Larsa. If she could just use AI to respond appropriately, she would. I
ain't reading all that. Congratulations, or I'm sorry.
Oh, God, I can't. Yes, exactly. Oh, No, we're not going to say the name of any medical companies. We're watching Blue Jays, and I'm getting distracted by the ads around the screens. I would like to see baseball. Will there be baseball? We're in America.
I mean, yes, but I haven't looked at any schedules or anything.
I'm surprised you haven't. You don't want to go?
I don't know. I don't really want to watch the White Sox get clobbered.
That's really sad.
Would
you go to a Blue Jays game with me?
Of course.
Let's go.
The weirdest part is...
I'm wearing Blue Jays blue right now.
You are. Gertie and Julia agreed to bury the hatchet and move on. And then Gertie got...
And Neal thought they meant it!
She apparently got bent out of shape because at the Narcissus party, the, guru was taking questions, and Julia asked, when I've been hurt by somebody, what's a good way to...
It's a mean question. She's doing it to shame Gertie.
Right.
It's just not as overt. She doesn't get as in trouble for it. Gertie's issue is that she and Julia decided to not talk about it publicly anymore. So to bring it up while we're filming in front of the other girls feels like a big betrayal.
Yes, but you don't post...
Show the text messages.
You don't
post.
Larsa,
that's when Larsa finally had her own opinion and was like, no, this is gross. This is public shaming. I don't like this. Most of them walked out. And that's basically where it left us. Another A name I'm going to be bad at.
Isn't it just
Adriana is, of course, going to side with Julia, but also try and understand Gertie's side. She did say a few supportive words to Gertie. She let Gertie explain herself and why she had to do that. I think and hope Gertie realized it was the wrong thing to do at the end, like once she had finished it, but I mean, too late. I am surprised Russell would not have stopped her.
Did he even know what was happening?
Well, she had a conversation with him. They went in reverse and showed us earlier that evening. She said to Russell, "Did you have a conversation with Julia?" And he said, "Yes." And she said, "Well, what were you talking about?" Because Gertie talks really fast and really, like, to the point. "Well, what did you talk about?" And he says, "Well, she said, that you had a conversation and that you guys were, like, it was doing better and you were moving in a better direction." And Gertie says, "I don't know why she would think we were moving in a better direction after last week." Talking about, when she brought it up. And that ultimately offended Gertie. Julia genuinely didn't realize she did that. So right now I think Julia is really hurt. But the weird thing is this is about an entirely different thing. This is about a cruise. But we don't care because we weren't on the cruise. What are you talking about? Oh, so Gertie got a free ride? And you think that was selfish of her? And then she told people about your facelift and that was underhanded too? That's underhanded too. Gertie goes low.
Yeah.
Both things can be true. She can have had a life-changing experience through trauma and have had a beautiful moment and still make poor decisions.
Yes.
I think this was a poor decision. It makes, even though I will say I'm a little bit uncomfortable, that's how, like, exposing it feels, because there were a lot of people at this party. You're now involving a lot of real life people, like your friends and family. Or, like I said, she said goodbye to her family, so maybe they at least left. I hope they were spared from the drama.
Yeah, it was...
I think it makes for good TV is my ultimate point. I think Marisol... What did Marisol say? She was hilarious.
It's like Carrie.
Yes! Yes, she's like, you remember that movie, Carrie? They invite her to the prom, and she wears the white dress, and then they dump the pig's blood on her?
Crazy.
That's what Gertie did to Julia in this episode. That's diabolical.
It is. Oh, man, if someone ever put private text messages between, like, friends up on...
a projector screen.
That I would never speak to that person again.
I think that's, like, objectively the answer, right?
You can never trust them again.
You're the most objective person in the world. Yeah. The trust, trust is one of our core, like, feelings, right? And it's one of the main things that can hurt us.
You take away from what the event's about, and then you have some weird, like, acrobats. Just...
Oh my gosh, yes, I forgot! Like the Love Island singer who came out as Hannah and Chris were breaking up.
The Australian version of that episode removed the singer.
Shut up!
Yeah.
Yeah, it should have been removed. It should have never made it into the episode. I don't care if it happened. Actually, no, I like it. I like that it makes it more real. Apparently, there's a Survivor Australians versus the World, and there are a few Survivor contestants on it.
Yeah.
Tony, Suri, I think.
Yeah.
She did Big Brother as well.
I think Parvati
yeah.
was on it.
I want to watch it. How can we watch it? Does Paramount have it? CBS?
I doubt either of them have it. It's an Australian, like...
Why are we limited by borders? The cosmos is infinite. Whoa. The cosmos is infinite? I know none of you signed up for this. Whew. You did. You said, like, give me more. And so I give. Someone needs to stop me.
You're just going. I mean, we don't have... The episode ended that there was no resolution. Like, they're still there.
There's going to be another issue. Oh, Nicole's going to finally be on it. We saw a preview for the next episode. That's what I wanted to talk about. Nicole is going to be on it. Finally. Like, she's just going to show up out to dinner with one of them. I feel like this is my prediction, which I know they're not setting it up this way, because how can you like your husband's ex? But shouldn't she like her because she's being hard on Alexia, and Alexia and Nicole have had some really contentious times? And Marisol in those moments were very team Alexia and very anti-Nicole. And when I remember that, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, what's her name? The one we like? I was just talking about her. Alexia. Marisol. What a beautiful name. They were speaking 3 languages in the same room. Adriana pulled Julia to the side and started speaking to her in French. But Julia started answering in English, so Adriana started speaking in English, telling her, you need to show them your text. You need to show everybody your side of the story. And Julia said, I'm not going to go low. I'm not going to go low like Gertie. And the other girls are over in another huddle. Marisol and Alexia start telling each other in Spanish that Adriana is over there trying to convince Julia to defend herself, like to go low as well. What do you think? If Julia were to show texts right now,
no.
Is that low or is that justified?
You don't do it, because then you keep Gertie in a bad light for as long as possible.
No possibility of redemption.
Till she apologizes, nope.
Damn, is that mean? Is that cold?
You do what you gotta do.
Okay. So Nicole's gonna be on. What else do we see? Something about Todd?
No, there's
nothing about Todd.
Just two groups form.
Oh, and also I meant to say it seems like they're going to bring on a new housewife and that she's trans.
Okay.
I think that'll be a first for the series. Because she said something about not being allowed to walk in a certain fashion show because she's a model, because of how she was born biologically. So, like, I think that will be a really interesting introduction to the show. Again, really authentic, really just incorporated naturally. I think she does actually know one or two of the girls. Because I always believe it when they say, I brought this person into the group. Like, Gina did bring Katie into the group if Gina is the person Katie knew.
Right.
Sometimes you're just Housewives adjacent. You're always a little bit involved. You're a Faye Resnick of it all. You legitimately get invited to so many of Kyle Richards' things, and because she's Kyle Richards, you're going to be in it. Because you're famous housewife adjacent. And like one of the really famous ones. Which I can't deny, as much as I'm on my train of we need to let Kyle go and get new material, I do get that she is a face of the franchise. Not the face. You could do it without her.
Get rid of
a
her.
face. You know what? I'm going to throw a completely different idea out there.
Cancel the show.
You are such a hater. Name them.
Shame them.
It's an old enough show. Bring on some oldies but goodies. So bring back your Tamras and your Alexis and your Gretchen from years gone by. Years of yore. Gretchen, everybody. Beverly Hills is not doing enough of that. They're trying to introduce too many new people, just one at a time, and it's failing because they can't penetrate the clique of Kyle and Erica and what used to be Dorit, but now Kyle and Dorit are enemies. What was my point? Oh, bring back Vanderpump was going to be my point,
yes,
actually.
she would fix that season.
But then, no, not just Vanderpump. Because you can't rely on her and risk failing. And then you've tried to soft reboot it, and it hasn't worked. Nothing worse than a soft reboot fail. When Vanderpump Rules tried to bring in, they've already failed once. Dana and Max and who else was it? Max, Dana, that other girl, that other guy.
The one dude
Alex,
that did the music video with Sheena. Brett.
Yes, Brett. There's another girl. I'm picturing her face, but I don't ever name the one that got in trouble a bunch. I think she actually got fired. Anyway, that was a failure. We don't want her to fail again. So you bring her in with, like, someone else from the past. Like, I don't think you could bring Camille back. I don't think that would work. I gotta go back and watch some of the in-between seasons. I'll tell you what. If you brought both Lisas back at the same time, I think you'd save the show. And I don't like Lisa Rinna, so I don't like to recommend that. But if you brought Vanderpump and Rinna back in the same season, and somehow they had to cohabitate in some capacity, I think you would explode. Because they're just going to try and outdo each other.
Yes, but that would be some great TV.
And they are more doing it for fun. Listen, I think Lisa has quite an empire. QVC, I bet she's done quite well for herself.
Harry Hamlin,
they're doing just fine. But it's not the biggest Beverly Hills got. Is that the point they're about to get to? Basically, Stephanie talked about, like, being too rich for this show. And someone says, if you were too rich, you wouldn't be doing this. Bethany Frankel said that. She was doing like a live rewatch of the very first episode of Beverly. No, I say Beverly. Real Housewives of New York, first season. She was on it. She was like, they were trying to portray that we had wealth and we were broke. So, like, the actual, Aristocats. I used to love Disney. Aristocats does not get enough limelight. Aristocrats of New York, the, like, high class of New York, were watching this show being like, that does not represent us.
No, that would be old money.
Exactly. We're sitting back being like, this is not what New York wealth looks like. And Bethany was basically laying that right out, like that, oh, this would have been embarrassing. But she says it. She's like, oh, when I walked into that house, I would have thought that was so nice. And, like, it's just not lavish. There was nothing. They were trying to portray themselves as wealthier than they were, and they were, like, broke.
Yeah.
But it worked, and it built an empire.
Good for them.
Absolutely. We're...
Fake it till you make it.
Exactly. We're a housewives family. Our cat has laid next to us this whole time. It's cooled down in the last couple days, which I'm sure you know. You haven't heard me say I'm warm when you ask how I am. The cats have been so much more active and it makes me happy. They, like, hibernate when it's warm.
We see Luna once at, like, 8 o'clock at night. But now we see her all throughout the day.
All throughout the day. Oh, man, I love my cats.
They're the best.
We want one more. Here's the thing. I'm a little bit...
Country.
And I hate when people say this about themselves, but I am, like, legitimately OCD. And I call it a little bit because I don't like to be psychiatric about it. It doesn't control my life. But here's my thing. My safe number is 4. And people that are a little bit compulsive or a little bit obsessive will understand what I mean when I say that. I had a therapist once say to me, do you have a number? And I just smile right away and I say, yes. She said, okay, you even understanding what I mean when I say, do you have a number, means you have certain tendencies. 4 is my number. So I feel like we could get 4 and I could justify it and it would really stroke my OCD brain. But then any more than that would be absolutely aptropolis.
No, 4 is the limit.
5 is too many. 4, as long as you can hold 1 in each arm.
Yeah.
But no more than 4. As long as, I feel like this was part of the math too. As long as human kids equal 0, cat kids can equal up to 4. Up to and including 4.
Yeah.
No more than 4. So we have room for 1 more. Make that into a song. I really think that was a hit.
Speaking of hit, we're going to hit the stop button. And we're going to get you guys on the next one.
Excellent conclusion.
That was a good episode. We like drama. Let's go. See you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.